This is a good looking plant, and there's quite a lot of it. So it's really cool that I was able to grow it with no commitment, zero work on my side, and using just common dirt. And all that from only half of this in vitro cup. You want to know how? I will explain everything step by step. As always, to save your time, I will go right to it and show you how to set it up, and then I will show you what I changed in my process to make it more efficient and healthier for my plants. Okay, this is an in vitro cup of Hemianthus Cuba. As you can see, it's quite small, and it's not exactly in the best shape. I think that it is a bit dated and it was in this cup for too long. And that's okay, we're gonna save this plant and we actually have more than I need. To propagate it, I will use one of these. It's a great container for propagating this plant, because it's fully transparent, it has a lid, and it's not that tall. And those are exactly the qualities we are looking for. If you don't have anything like that, you can use a dedicated propagation box, like this one, or clean food containers like this one. It doesn't really matter as long as it covers those 3 points. But anyways, I'm using this one simply because I have one available. Before we start, here you can see a comparison of the size between the container and this in vitro cup. So you can see how big of a difference we are talking about. I'm showing you two because one in vitro cup can fill both of them, no problem. So the first thing I will do is to fill it with some dirt. It's just cheap organic potting dirt, nothing special. It's already rich in nutrients, so I'm not adding any additional ones. This is how much I used. It's not a lot, just about 1–1.5 centimeters. Spread it evenly across the entire container and you're done. Next, I spray it with water. I use quite a lot, like you can see on the screen. This dirt needs to be visibly wet because it will absorb the water. This is more or less perfect amount. And we are ready for planting. I'm using H. Cuba because I wanted to use it in my next project. And it was requested by some of you in my previous video. You see, I told you I'm listening to your comments. Because it's an in vitro plant, we need to prepare it first. So, open the cup, place the entire plant in water, and simply wash off this gel. After the gel is gone, divide the plant into small pieces. Yes, I can see a lot of yellowing. And just like that, we are ready to move on. Luckily, you really don't have to be very accurate. This is not aquascaping. Those plants are not going anywhere, they will not float or get moved by fish or anything else. So just spread it evenly in your container and you're done. This is how it looks for now. Really nothing special, and you can actually see that it started to melt a bit. This is because it really was ready to be taken out of this cup. And again, it works also with other containers and other plants. In the past, I showed you that it works also for Monte Carlo, but then I did it with active soil. And this was the result. But many of you were asking for the version based on dirt, so here we are. If you have any more suggestions, comment below. But anyway, now close the lid and you're done with the setup. Last thing to do is to place it under strong light. I like to use the light from my main tank. It's strong, I'm having it on anyways for my tank, so there is zero added cost. No new light, no extra space, no electricity. It worked for me in countless Anubias propagation projects, other plants, and I know it will work for this one as well. All it takes right now is some patience. And this is my reward. Look at this plant. It's so healthy and so beautiful. I have to say it requires some time to look like that. I think it was about 8 weeks. But look at this. Look at the amount different, and most important, the quality difference. I think that before and after shots speak for themselves. Regarding my important point about maintenance. With this kind of plants, I don't use sprayer anymore. What I do instead is use this pipette and put water directly in the dirt. I do that to keep the leaves dry and roots in very damp soil. It seems to help with the plant development and limits the possibility of leaf burn under a strong light. It really seems to make a difference, and you don't have to worry about moving them underwater. They're gonna be perfectly fine. And finally, I have a bonus here for you. I haven't mentioned it yet, but what I did with H. Cuba, I also did with Monte Carlo. Exactly the same process, same dirt, same everything. I did that to prove that it works, and you also can use this method with other plants, especially small carpeting plants. Monte Carlo grows a little bit slower, so it's not done yet, but we are getting there. So you can definitely use this method for Monte Carlo, and here's the proof for you. So, this Hemianthus was close to dying in that cup. But now, I have full beautiful box ready to be used in my new setup. If you are curious how I will use it, consider subscribing. If you have any more questions, comment below, I will try to answer them. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.